Ever driven through a place that felt wrong? What if you were stuck in a desert town you were warned to avoid, with roads leading nowhere and locals watching your every move? That's where Luke and I found ourselves, in a U-Haul, low on gas, and way too far from the highway. Luke wanted to see more of the country he'd studied in college, and I'd never been to places like Zion or the Grand Canyon. So, we planned a road trip along the southern US, soaking in the sights. Luke, typical broke grad, rented a U-Haul to haul our stuff instead of shipping it. It wasn't massive, but it felt like driving a moving truck across America. Our parents and every travel blog we read had the same warning: steer clear of trouble in New Mexico. Nothing about the whole state being bad, but tales of scams, small-town crime, and creepy desert spots had us on edge. Dad said, only stop if you have to, and stick to big gas stations. Luke and I swore we'd blast through New Mexico, fill up in Arizona, and not stop till Texas. Sounded simple enough. The trip kicked off like a dream. Zion blew us away, the Grand Canyon lived up to the hype, and Arizona's landscapes were stunning in ways I didn't expect. But in New Mexico's empty stretches, our plan hit a snag. The U-Haul was guzzling gas way faster than Luke figured. How do you keep going when your tank's nearly dry in the middle of nowhere? We checked the GPS, closest gas station was 40 miles away, and we were below a quarter tank. Luke's knuckles went white on the wheel. We couldn't risk running dry, so we aimed for a tiny town 10 miles ahead with a gas station. Luke pulled over to double-check the map, confirming the town was our only shot. We tightened our belts, agreed to stay alert, and drove on, hoping the tank would hold out for 10 miles. The town was straight out of a ghost story, maybe a few hundred people, tops. Run-down buildings, a silent main street, and an eerie vibe, like everyone was hiding. No other cars passed through, weird for a spot near the highway. At the gas station, just a few pumps and a small store, locals gave us strange looks. A guy smoking outside kept staring, and I had to force myself not to stare back. Why were they watching us like that? Were we walking into a trap? Our California plates and U-Haul screamed, outsiders. Luke filled the tank while I tried to navigate us back to the highway. It should have been easy, we could see the interstate from some corners, but every road twisted, dead-ended, or led us deeper into town. It was like the place was messing with us.
Come on, kill me, I'm here!
I rebooted the GPS, hoping for a signal, but it was useless, outdated maps and spotty service. Luke stayed calm, suggesting we retrace our steps to the main street. We drove slowly, eyes peeled for any sign of the highway, but the town's layout kept throwing us off. We circled for 20 minutes, my heart racing, Luke getting snappy. It wasn't just annoying, it felt wrong, like the town didn't want us to leave. Luke decided to head back to the gas station and ask for directions. I begged him not to, but he shot back, what else can we do? We're stuck in the exact place we were told to skip. He went inside while I sat in the van, freaking out. He came back looking spooked. The clerk gave him directions: drive 17 miles away from the highway through desert backroads to hit an on-ramp. 17 miles in the wrong direction. When we can see the highway right there. The clerk was friendly but pushy, asking too much about our plans. Luke whispered, I don't buy it. We're outta here. He started driving, but the GPS was still dead, and I was on the verge of a panic attack. Luke pulled over on a side street to think. We agreed the clerk's directions sounded like a setup. Instead of following them, we decided to scout for any road that looked like it led out of town, even if it wasn't on the GPS. We'd drive slow and stay ready to bolt if anything felt off. Then, a beat-up pickup truck rolled up beside us. My stomach dropped. Luke gripped the wheel, ready to peel out. The driver lowered his window and asked if we were lost. Luke, sizing him up, said we were aiming for the highway and mentioned the clerk's crazy route. The guy's face got dead serious. You're not following that, are you? That road's a drug-running zone. He gave us new directions, a gravel road a mile out of town. You're lucky you haven't been jacked yet, driving that U-Haul like sitting ducks. Then he sped off. We didn't say a word, just followed his directions. Sure enough, we found the gravel road, easy to miss but real. It was a winding pain, but it got us back to the highway. Luke and I didn't talk much about it after. Too creepy to dwell on. Our family laughs about it now, but back then, it was pure dread, like the town was holding its breath, waiting for us to slip up. Luke called it a weird limbo where you're not choking, but you feel it coming. I never want to feel that again.